Good evening. We'd like to welcome you to our Boss Up webinar for business owners and professionals. We are so excited tonight to have some very amazing panelists who are going to share some information with us that I believe will empower and encourage us. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be providing content for you guys to just keep us motivated. Welcome to our Boss Up webinar for professionals and business owners. We are so excited that you decided or that you made a decision to join us on a Friday evening. Listen, we have some amazing panelists with us tonight. Dr. Roblina E. Walker is with us. This young lady is just an all-around wonderful person. She worked for the Centers for Disease Control. She's also her own brand. She's into fashion. And I believe she's going to share some encouragement with us and some information with us that's going to really help us. Dr. Roblina, will you say hello to everyone tonight?
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. In addition to Dr. Roblina, we have Shantae Bridges with us. She's an attorney that focuses on estate planning, probate, elder law, and guardianship law. We're so honored that she decided to stop by and share her wealth of experience with us. Shantae, will you say hello to everyone?
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here with you all this evening.
Thank you for joining us. Now, I have a very special treat for everyone. Backed by popular demand, we have the Paula Watts with us. She's our resident finance expert, and she's a forensic strategist for the government. And so I know she's going to share some information with us that will help us. Paula, will you say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me back. I appreciate impacting and sharing information.
Welcome. It would not be the same without you. Now, you know, we couldn't have this webinar without having one of our brothers with us. And so Ray Cornelius is with us tonight. I cannot say enough about him. He's covered a myriad of red carpet premieres, award shows, and including Atlanta-based films, Tyler Perry's Temptation, the Trumpet Awards, and Steve Harvey's Neighborhood Awards. I can go on and on about him. But Ray, will you just say hello to everyone tonight?
Wow, you make me sound so good. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
We're honored. So, you guys, we want to share something tonight that will help our viewers and encourage them. So, I just want to ask you guys a question. We want to do a quick check in because this is a conversation, right? I want to check in
Exactly.
with you guys. How are you as a business owner, as a brand manager, as a professional? How are you navigating COVID-19? Are you good? How are you doing? Let's start with you, Dr. Roblina.
Whew, that's a action-packed question. I'm doing good. I'm maintaining, and I am missing being in the air and flying in my private jet, just flying Delta Airlines.
Right?
Bring some laughter in there,
Come
but
on.
I'm doing good. I work 75% of the time from home. The other 25% I am in the air, flying here and there. And so I am missing that. I am missing my colleagues, my counterparts, my constituents. And so just trying to adapt to this new norm of, 100% working from home.
Okay, so you say you're 100% working from home. Has that affected your money at all?
So thankfully, it has not affected it 100%. Has slowed some of it down. And when I say slow it down, because when you are consulting, because I do consulting on the side for different universities, and because everybody is now in an online setting, just trying to flow with them as it relates to getting that platform rolling out. So it has slowed it down. It hasn't stopped it 100%. So I am grateful for that. But I will be glad when it does continue to pick back up, and we get back to life as usual.
Right. I think we all hope that this will be over really soon. Attorney
Yeah.
Bridges, talk to us. How has this affected you in terms of how you do business? I mean, because you work with people and people can't come out of the house. So
Right.
how does the law industry, how does your job work in this time of social distancing?
So we've had to start being more creative. Luckily, we had a lot of digital and marketing strategies that implemented conference calling because we do practice in multiple states. We can't always drive to South Florida from Atlanta. So, some of the Zoom Skypes, we are just implementing more with our clients who are used to us driving to their homes or them coming to us. We are considered an essential business, so technically we can still be open. But I have autoimmune issues. We're just working from home to be safe. And it has slowed it down a bit because a lot of my clients are elderly or estate planners or just afraid, and they don't use technology. So we're working on it. We're praying about it. We're gonna need you to get you an email account and learn to work with us.
So let me say this, Dr. Roblina and Shantae are members of House of Hope Atlanta. And so I just wanted to mention that. Amen. um, and I want you to know, Shantae, we're going to be lifting you just for your safety. We want to pray that God will just cover you as you continue to do what you do under these extenuating circumstances. So, Ray, talk to us.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
has
Well,
how
no, what I was going to say is, yeah, so media never stops. Media is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I used to work for the newspaper, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, they said, unless the world comes to an end, everything must keep going. And even then, we got to keep going. You know what I mean? So I've always been in that state of mind that you have to keep yourself going. So just to let your listeners know that I'm sort of a Clark Kent Superman kind of guy. From 9 to 5, I'm the radio sales rep for Atlanta's Jazz Station, 91.9 WCLK. I also host the arts and entertainment show up front inside Atlanta's entertainment industry. But during the day, I'm actually, like I said, the sales rep. And so the majority of my clients are your arts and entertainment organizations, the theater companies, the festivals, the big places like State Farm Arena and things of that nature. So what we've had to do as sales reps is reach out to businesses that may have some COVID-19 messaging, or reaching out to companies like Georgia Power, who may be able to help you keep your bills lower during this time as we move also into the summer. So those are some of the creative things that we've been doing from my sales rep hat. As a person in arts and entertainment and in media, I've had to learn new ways of interviewing my guests. So starting next week, my show will still continue. The majority of my interviews will be done through Zoom, and we'll pull the audio from those Zoom interviews and then go right into, and then take the video and post those to our website and to my YouTube channel. Hopefully that answers your question.
And like I said, it's a great segue into our next question, which is about creativity. Because I would think that a lot of us as professionals, business owners, brand managers have had to become more creative than we would have been otherwise. And so I want to hear from you first. Let's start with Shantae. Are there some creative strategies that you've implemented to stay afloat during COVID-19?
Yes, so we have, my partner and I, when I say we, have had to become social media managers, and we are not social media managers by any means. We've reached out to our marketing strategist to see if she can start sharing more of our videos. We did a series of marketing events last year, and so we're working on getting that content out to social media platforms, our YouTube channel, so that we can stay connected to our current clients and also reach out to potential clients and new clients to let them know that we're still open for business. I guess fortunately and unfortunately, we've had a lot of calls for estate plans and questions from our business owners about some of the financial options that they have now to try to keep them in business, because most of our business clients are small business clients.
Since you brought it up, can you talk a little bit about some of those options before we move? What are some of those options? Don't tell us all of them, because we want people to go to your website after this. But what are some of those options that you offer some of your clients?
So some of the options for our small business clients is just to, part of the relationship we have, we do a check-in when there are major life changes, and obviously COVID is a major life change for everyone right now. And so we want our businesses, we did a lot to help them form and grow, and we want to keep them until they decide to dissolve or they decide to put it in an estate plan for a family member. So we've given them a lot of information about the SBA loans, about the paychecks program that the government is has out there, and some of the other things that are going to be on the state and local level that haven't come through yet, but will. So we're just trying to stay in touch with them, keep them encouraged as we are trying to encourage ourselves, because we are also a small business. And just say we're all in this together. Let's get through it. Here are the options. I'm not going to take this option and leave you out. We gonna all get a piece of this so that we're here when this is over, hopefully by June.
I'm glad you said that, because I think we forget, because a lot of us are accustomed to working by ourselves. When you're an entrepreneur, you know how to make it happen on your own. But I think in this season of COVID-19, we're learning that if we're going to make it, we got to make it together. We have to help each other and keep each other encouraged and motivated. So, Dr. Roblina, are there some strategies that you started implementing in terms of social media? Share with us some creative strategies that you've been implementing.
Well, I consider myself a social media guru. I try to stay as active as possible. But when it comes to some of the clients that I serve, universities, colleges, and some other public health entities, just reaching out to them, because we are all in this online platform, reaching out to them to provide services as it relates to online learning, online education. You'll be surprised at the fear and the plight that a lot of these universities and colleges and K through 12 schools are under right now. So just being able to be of service to them, to provide curriculum as needed, to help develop curriculum so that students can continue to learn. And also be of service from the research side of it, from a public health standpoint, with some of the other public health organizations that I work with, and helping them try to figure out how we can get a vaccine, so that way we can, hopefully eliminate this pandemic that we're in right now. So just pulling everything from under the hat, honestly, has been my motto over the last 2 or 3 weeks, trying to stay creative and be of service to those who really need it.
So you guys, I see so many viewers who are already posting questions that they have, which is exciting for me. Ms. Paula, I hope you're ready. We have a question already coming in from a small business owner asking, what can they do? Because none of us planned for COVID-19. So what are some financial options that we can offer our listeners who really weren't prepared financially for this? We're not talking about persons who had money saved up, but persons who this just caught them completely off guard and they really don't know how they're going to survive. What are some options you would suggest for them, Ms. Paula?
I think you will have to having been in that position before in a previous business. As I say, I grew that to 15 million, had $400,000 on my back. I had to close that business, and I understood I had to revamp myself, recreate myself. If you're an entrepreneur, you create jobs. But so often we have to learn how to shift our mindset, because, as you said, you're the only person. And what I'm training businesses to do is create a business structure that's not based on your skill set, that you're able to position yourself to go after these $1 million contracts. As I said last week, the federal government could not run without government contractors. My businesses that I've been working with, they haven't missed a beat. They're still getting paid on those contracts. We just have to position ourselves and understand the language. It's almost like the slaves. The slaves knew if we understood the language, then we'd be in a better position. And it's no different with the government. Once you understand the language, and once we understand how to pool our resources together and collaborate, then there shouldn't be no stopping us. But for those of you that are right there you're right there on the edge, that's again where your faith comes into place. If you don't have that faith, then you're not going to survive. It's always understand that God gave you that dream and he's going to pull you through it. That's the only way that I've survived, as I've had multiple business.
Wow. So you've given us two key points that we can take with us and carry with us through this season. Number one, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can arm ourselves and really get through this season using the resources that are available to us. But then second, you said it's all about your faith. I can speak for my journey. Every great move that I've made or every positive position I've been in, it's been because of my faith. I believe God. And so we definitely want to encourage our listeners. This is a season where our faith is growing. Faith is like a muscle. You have to work it. And so we're working our faith muscles in this season. So I have a lot of questions coming through, and I'm going to try to get to them before our time expires. So one question in the queue is about encouragement and motivation. Because can I be real with you guys? The first week, I wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep the whole day and forget that any of this was happening. Like, seriously, I lost a lot of my motivation. Before this, I had all of these ideas. I was going to launch this and launch that. But the first week, y'all, I was down. And so I'm sure there are some viewers who felt like I did, who were in their pajamas those first few weeks, just kind of trying to figure out what is going on in my life. And so I'm back on track. I have a couple of devotionals that I'm reading, and I want to know from you guys, what you motivated in a season where CNN, all of our news mediums, our local news mediums are just kind of full of gloom and doom. How do you stay motivated? I want to start with you, Ray. What are you doing so that you keep moving?
Yeah, so like you, that very first week was a little difficult. I was trying to find my footing and really having to put myself on a schedule. One of the things that I would suggest is you got to stay in prayer. You got to read. You have to meditate. But I also say that this is a time of creativity. I think it was mentioned that during the Great Depression that so much came out of that artistically and creatively. And so even if you're not someone like myself that talks to celebrities or does red carpets, but you like the arts or you like film or television, write a book, write a script, write a play, write a memoir about this time and what you're experiencing and what you're going through. One of the things that I've been doing is working on a script. My production partner and I are submitting a work for this BET competition. It is for a 30-minute sitcom that hopefully, if we move to the next round, will go all the way to the end and win $25,000, which is very encouraging. So I've used this time after, of course, working my 9 to 5, but after 5 p.m., we jump on a call and we work on that script. And what that has done is given me a little bit of hope. When I actually started doing the blogging and doing the radio show, one of the things that God told me was, don't stop no matter what. And I never understood what that meant. There were times that I wanted to kind of give up because I felt that I was putting in all of this work. I didn't know who was really listening to the radio show. I didn't know who was reading my post. And slowly but surely, even this opportunity right here, you called and hit me up and said, hey, I listened to your show. I want you to be a part of this conversation. That lifted my spirit because I was like, wow, that's number 5. That's a 5th person that I know that actually listens, to my show.
Yes.
So that has been encouraging. So I would just say, create a project for yourself and see that project all the way through, because I really don't believe that God has brought us to this point for us not to continue to move forward and higher in the things that he has planned for us.
Excellent. So I don't want to interrupt our flow because I feel something in here. I feel more encouraged. I feel like I'm ready to boss up. So we're going to come back to this question in just a minute. We have a viewer, Miss Bethany Coleman Willis. Hello, are you ready to boss up? She has a question. She wants to know, are there any strategies that you are implementing in COVID-19, which you plan to continue after COVID-19 is over? And so I'm going to actually throw that one back to you, Ray. Is there something that you started that you're going to continue? Share with us.
Gosh, is there something that I've started? I started back reading, and I will say, and I have to be totally honest, I'm actually reading Jennifer Lewis's book, The Mother of Black Hollywood. It was a book that I started, maybe a year and a half ago when I actually got a chance to meet her. But what this opportunity again has afforded me is time to be able to go back and do some of the things that I was not able to do because my schedule was so busy, like reading, like actually sitting down and creating plans and things that I want to do, working on this television script. That was very, very difficult. Like I said, from 9 to 5, I'm at the radio station. After that, I'm at a red carpet, or I'm interviewing someone, or I'm watching a film to prepare for an interview the next day. So a lot of times it was after 10, 11 o'clock that I would jump on a phone call to work on a script. Now I've got time to be able to do that because I'm not running to a red carpet. God has a way of sitting us down to make us really focus on the things that are right in front of us. And so I think that is what I would suggest to individuals, is whether it's reading, whether it's journaling, whether it's just spending time with your family, do that and continue to do that, because obviously that was something that God wanted us or wants us to do.
Because I'm learning that God speaks through silence. God speaks through the white space in your life. White space is not by accident, it's not coincidental, but God gives you margin. God gives you white space so that you can dream, so that you can regroup, so that you can refresh. Y'all, I can go on and on with that. Let me stop. Dr. Roblina, tell us, is there something that you've implemented?
Yes, there is. And I echo everything Ray said. The importance of reading and meditating and spending that quality time with your family. One of the biggest things that I've implemented is savings. I'm challenging myself to save. As women, we like shoes, we like pocketbooks, and we like jewelry. And during this time of COVID and stay at home, we don't need shoes, pocketbooks, or jewelry. We just need to use what we have in our closet. And so I'm utilizing this time to really just say, hey, let's see how much we can save during this time of during the pandemic. Let me see if I can save $5,000, or let me see if I can save $10,000. In addition to that, I'm using this time to call up those student loans and say, hey, what can we work out? Call up some of those other creditors, which we all have. And so that has been one of my biggest challenges, and one of my biggest goals during this pandemic is to try to save as much as I can, so that the next time we find ourselves in a situation like this, or as we all know, life will happen, then I have that piggy bank that I can just break apart and use for hard times. So in addition to working out and meditating and reading, I'm really, really challenging myself to save as much as I can.
So I need you to do something right now, Dr. Roblina. I need you to project through the screen some of that willpower you have, because I've been wanting to go online and start my shoe ministry.
Oh,
Come on. So I need you to just,
let me tell
towards
you,
the screen.
My hands are lifted. You see it?
We'll only have
Forward, delete
what?
the emails. I tell you, when the emails come with 50% off, 75% off, delete it and keep it moving.
Delete. So I need to start a delete ministry. Got
There
it.
you
Got
go.
it. Listen, you guys, we have about 6 minutes. And so I want to do a couple of things really quickly. I want to let all of our viewers know that this is our Boss Up webinar for professionals and business owners. It's an opportunity for us to dialogue about strategies and ways to stay motivated and to stay encouraged during this pandemic. We'll be providing content for the next few weeks. And we are the House of Hope Atlanta, where Dr. E. Dewey Smith Jr. is pastor. And so if you're tuning in with us for the first time, we want to welcome you and say that we are honored that you decided to spend part of your Friday evening with us. Now back to the conversation. I see someone asking if you have any advice for an entrepreneur that's just starting up. Like, there are some businesses that just started right before the pandemic. What is something that you would share with them, or word of advice you would share with them to keep them encouraged in such a volatile season? So really quickly, let's start with you, Shantae. What's something that you tell that new business owner that just started and is starting in a season of hardship?
So I would first echo what everyone else saying is just be encouraged, first of all. And if you went into the business properly planning with a business plan, there should be some leeway to this could happen in the beginning. A business may take a year or two to be profitable. So this is that season for you. It just happened to be during the season where somebody's giving out money for small businesses. So reach out to an expert, a business attorney, a CPA, a tax attorney, to find out what you can do to get you through the next couple of months, because there are monies out there that can do that. And in the meantime, let's work on that business plan and some of those strategies that you may have come up with or didn't when you started your business. This is the perfect opportunity to say, hey, this is what worked. This is what didn't work. This is where I can improve. And be strategic. Be strategic about relationships. Be strategic about your day. You have faith, but back that up with some work. You are the master of your craft, but have advisors who are masters of their craft to help you get through that. I always advise my clients. I have a CPA. I'm a tax attorney, but I have a CPA because I don't do taxes. That's not what I do. So just create strategic relationships. Look at Boss Up every Friday and figure out who you can connect with. What? So just there's information out there. There's access to information. There are people who are willing to give it to you. Take that advice. Take it lightly. Not everybody is giving great advice during this time. Be wary. But if you pray about it and you reach out through things like this, then you will get in touch with somebody that can really help you. That's interested in your well-being and getting through this.
Absolutely. You touched on something that I do want to share. We only have 2 more minutes.
Oh no.
We have a business and networking ministry at House of Hope. And if you need some encouragement, Shantae is actually a part of our business ministry. If you need some encouragement information, you can visit our website at www.houseofhopeatl.org and find out more about our business. Now, we got to end this conversation. And when I tell you it has been a joy having all of you on, I'm sure that people who are watching us right now want to know more about you, want to know more about how they can patronize your business or support you. So I want to start with Paula. If you could share with our viewers how to contact request, can you share that website that you shared with us in our last conversation where we can apply for loans? Miss
If you go to SBA, hello?
Yes, we got you. Keep going. SBA?
Okay, if you go to SBA's website, they have all the information as it relates to disaster loans. Also understand, even if you're a startup, and you register your business with the federal government. They have contracts specifically for small businesses that are 250,000 and below. It only takes 4 weeks to a month to get registered. Use that time and visit my website. I'll go into more depth. I have a free orientation session tomorrow morning. You can register and I'll show you the ropes. That's gpiwin.com.
In terms of your industry, what you do. I know that you work in marketing during the day. You got this Clark Kent thing going on. Tell us how we can follow you and support you.
Yeah, so you can listen to the radio show, which is Upfront Inside Atlanta's Entertainment Industry, every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Atlanta's Jazz Station 91.9 WCOK. You can also follow us on @Upfront the Show on Instagram, as well as my personal Instagram, which is Ray Cornelius. And again, thank you so much for this opportunity, and we are all in this together. I do want to say a shout out to some House of Hope friends that have been hitting me up, buzzing me on my phone, Darius McNair and David Linton, who is the station's program director. They were both like, oh my God, I know you were going to be on tonight. So thanks guys for chiming in.
Yes, House of Hope fam. Representing. We know Mr. Linton, we know Darius, and so just honored that you accepted our invitation. Thank you so much. Dr. Roblina, how can we find you?
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Roblina, Roblena. And also my nonprofit is Omega Hot Inc. on Instagram and Facebook as well. And my email address are listed in the bio on both platforms. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me. It has truly been an honor, and I hope I can come back and share some more. And to those individuals who are just starting off, remember your why. Remember your why, remember your purpose, and we all have purpose. And so don't let fear overshadow your purpose. Faith over fear. We're all in this together.
Much. And finally, Shantae, how can we reach you?
So you can reach me. Our website is bridgesfarmer.com. We're on Instagram and Facebook at Bridges Farmer LLC. I am also on Instagram and Facebook at Shantae Bridges ESQ. And we have a YouTube channel at Bridges Farmer LLC. We need a social media manager for all of this stuff, but you can find us there. You can reach out to us. We're available by Zoom, Skype, text message, email. We are always here. We work 7 days a week. We're never off. So just give us a call. I do want to thank everyone for this opportunity, and please reach out to someone if you are struggling, if you need access to resources. And I'm always willing to help and answer questions. If I can't answer it, I'll direct you to someone who can.
But you did kind of put in a plug that you need a social media manager. So
Yes,
you want to put that out there? How they
yes,
can
ma'am.
apply for the job?
Yes, ma'am. So if you go to call me. Go to the website, call me and say, I saw you.
But
no, they can go to the website and they can say, I saw you on Boss Up. How can I apply? And yes, we need that right now more than anything. So be happy to give you a job and put you to work. And if I keep you, my government loan, my paycheck loan from the bank turns into a grant.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Again, this has been fun. I appreciate all of you for accepting the invitation to come and share. We're out of our time, but I always like to share we are the House of Hope Atlanta, where we believe that life with God is better in every way, every day. Live better, family, and boss up. Until next time, thank you for sharing with us. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a great evening, family.